Less than a month ago, you saw the story here of Raven Yates, a 31-year-old single mother of 3 who left 2 of her kids home alone for over 2 months, a 12-year-old girl and her 3-year-old little brother, before the father of the 12-year-old found out about what was going on and flew down from Cali to Texas to rescue the kids. If you missed that video, here's a piece right here.
I'm a licensed insurance adjuster and I own a tax company. Anyone that knows me knows I'm a woman of stature and prestige.
The father contacted police back in November when he found out his daughter had been alone with her baby brother since September 28th in a Texas home that was rented by her mother. At first, he had no clue his daughter was alone because his daughter was covering for her mother. She kept telling her father that her mother was at work. She was calling her dad to order food for her that she would share with her baby brother. Then one day, the father got a call from Raven's mother, that's his daughter's grandmother, who said that she saw Raven in Mobile, Alabama, and told him that she didn't have her kids. That's when the father put 2 and 2 together and called the police. When questioned by authorities, the 12-year-old admitted to hiding the situation that she was in along with her baby brother because she was afraid that her dad would come and pick her up and her brother would be left alone. So yeah, this big dummy left 2 of those kids home alone. The 12-year-old girl was caring for her 3-year-old brother, but her oldest daughter, a 14-year-old, ran away from home before the mom left the other 2 at the house alone. So basically, this woman abandoned all of her kids. The crazy part about it all is no one was calling her a deadbeat. The sisterhood did not want to hold her accountable at all. Instead, you had these flamingos inside the comments with all this baby bot bimbo babble with these elementary arguments. I mean, saying anything to deflect, like this one here. She says, on the run or missing. They've never found that lady. No, ma'am, they never found her because she was hiding. She was not missing, and they knew it. Her family saw her, and you had people covering up for her. Yeah, but this one right here went on to say, nah, something's up. Weird that she was actually in the middle of a custody battle. It never fails, it's always Jermaine's fault. She said, what I want to know is her character before all of this. Ma'am, her character before all of this is the same character after all of this. Yeah, it's the same character who left her 2 kids home all alone. She said, how did she act with her kids in her household before these 2 months? That'll tell you all you need to know. Has she ever done this before? It's like saying, oh, she never committed this crime before, so there's no way she did it this time. Just silly. And then said also it's suspicious that they didn't let the daddy take the daughter. And it's absolutely nothing suspicious about that. We see this over and over again in these news stories that I cover and even these court cases, how fathers' rights can be completely ignored. Nothing suspicious about that, just a normal day in the USA. But yeah, it wasn't just her. You had a whole bunch of people who did not want to believe that this woman intentionally left her kids at home alone, talking about she was missing. That woman was not missing. Raven was still posting on social media. On top of that, her family saw her in Alabama. They just didn't want to tell on her. That's why Raven's mother told one of the 3 baby daddies what was going on. She didn't want to be the one who called the police on her daughter. That's why she did that. But yeah, the sisterhood tried their hardest to avoid acknowledging that this evil woman abandoned her kids. Here's another one. Please, before you bash or throw stones, check actual facts. And I had to let her know. I told her this woman is wanted, not missing. You need to check the facts. She's hiding to avoid being arrested. Just like she hid from authorities in 2018 to avoid being arrested. I told her stop trying to cover up for this nasty behavior. You sound crazy. Calling reporting the news bashing. It's always bashing for them. And then here's another one with the same rhetoric, talking about, while this lady is being bashed, I hope nothing bad happened to this lady, but from my understanding, her post or repost. Ma'am, everybody knew nothing bad had happened to that lady, except for you and the rest of the sisterhood who was trying to cover up for her. There was no evidence anywhere to support this woman being missing. She was a fugitive, and that's why authorities marked it as such. Yes, Raven did post some old videos of her with her kids, even though everybody knew that she wasn't with her kids. She was doing that on purpose too, just like she left those kids at home on purpose. The reposting was a manipulation tactic. Raven was soaking up all the media attention and manipulated folks into supporting her. She gained thousands of followers during all of this, by the way. Basically, a bunch of other flamingos flocked over there to support a woman who intentionally left her kids at home. And then here's another one talking about the media is pushing a narrative. Saying, to be honest, this story isn't complete yet. I feel like the media is trying to push a narrative with this. There's evidence that shows the videos that were posted on her socials were old and reposts. As well, I just have a feeling something more sinister is going on here. There's also a video of the little girl running outside of the home while a man chases her out. Not shown in this video for some strange reason, but according to the police, the mother's young children were left alone the entirety of the 2 months period. Fishy. And then they all kept spreading this stupid lie trying to cape for the mom, talking about the 14-year-old was being chased in some imaginary video that was never seen by anybody except for them, and was never confirmed by anybody in the family or the authorities. They just made that whole part up, trying to avoid holding this woman accountable and tried to place the blame on a man somewhere, somehow. Well, look who they found in Mobile, Alabama. Yeah, they found the infamous Raven Yates, the woman the sisterhood kept saying was missing. She was smiling and happy, like she was taking pictures for the paparazzi, soaking up all the fanfare.
This Montgomery County mother accused of abandoning her 2 children was all smiles when she was arrested 3 states away.
Yeah, kind of a bizarre photo there. Well, officers found Raven Yates in Alabama more than 2 months after she vanished.
ABC 13's Brianna Connor is getting new facts on her arrest. And Brianna, what's next for this woman?
Raven Yates still needs to be processed in Mobile, Alabama before she's brought back here to Montgomery County to face the charges against her. Detectives working this case had been looking for Yates for about 3 months. I'm told law enforcement in Mobile had to break down the bedroom door of an older man's apartment to find her.
The popularity of it got a lot of people interested in it.
Raven Yates gained thousands of followers and has been trending on social media ever since she made headlines for accusations of abandonment. Roman Forest police say she left her 12-year-old daughter and 3-year-old son all alone for 2 months. Investigators say they had to fend for themselves with little food or medicine at this house on Maplewood Ridge Drive while Yates lived in Alabama.
I've never seen anything like that, and I've never seen anybody play into the camera and play into the social media as she has.
The entire time, Yates was posting provocative images like these online while fully aware there was a warrant out for her arrest. Roman Forest Police Chief Stephen Carlisle says tips poured in from the public, and that's what eventually led to her arrest in Mobile. This photo capturing Yates in cuffs and seemingly unbothered by the allegations that she put her own children in danger.
I think was playing for the camera. She wanted to have a smile. She wanted to look good.
Yates' 12-year-old is with her father, who lives out of state. Police say the child was afraid to tell her dad what was happening at first because she was worried she'd be separated from her brother, who has a different dad. At last check, Yates' other children were safe with relatives while she prepares to head back home now.
We're waiting for her to be extradited back to Montgomery County, and then, of course, we'll be able to interview her and find out her side of the story, and we'll go from there.
If convicted, she could spend 20 years behind bars and away from social media attention. In Montgomery County, I'm Brianna Connor, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
So for all the yapping flamingos and a few of you simps that was up here talking about the lady was missing trying to take up for the woman, what's the excuse now? Are you done coming up with these silly stories trying to excuse what she did? The she's missing argument didn't work. It was just a flat out lie and you knew it. The imaginary man who came and stole her from the house, another flat out lie. The sisterhood knew it. What's going to be the excuse now? And then one thing I couldn't stand from the original story was how the father of the 12-year-old was fighting for custody for his daughter in court. He found out about his daughter, but initially, instead of sending the daughter with him, they sent her and her brother to Raven's mom's house. The same woman who knew her daughter had left those kids alone, but instead of doing right by her grandkids, she was really out here low-key covering for her daughter, or high-key. I am happy for the father of the 12-year-old. He was able to get his daughter. The other 2 kids are still with Raven's family members. Who knows who their fathers are? This woman had 3 kids and 3 baby daddies and was found laying up in another man's house. And that guy, he's janky too, just like Raven's family covering for her. He knew that she was on the run. He should have been the first one calling the police trying to get them to come get that 304 out of his house. And then even while Raven was on the run all that time, she was still selling digital services or whatever you call street walking on the internet. She was up there eating real good, eating crab legs, lobster steak, and everything, didn't miss a meal. Getting her makeup done, getting pampered. This woman was not missing. She was where she wanted to be. And that's the part that the supporters of this bad behavior won't admit. They refuse to see the truth that's right in front of them. All this smiling and stuff when she got caught. You know Raven always wanted to be a star. Becoming the next big 304 rapper didn't work. Being an online boss chick, selling tax services, credit repair, you know they all do that. Selling her thought pocket, whatever she could sell to make $1. Now she's got the attention that she's always wanted. 20 years is supposed to be the max, and I hope they give her every year of it. Please understand, the 12-year-old was pretty resourceful. She figured out how to get her dad to buy food for her and her little brother for months without telling on her mom. She was brainwashed by her mother to protect her mother, just like most kids with toxic mothers. So yeah, this girl was protecting her mom, her little brother, and it's just a shame that so much responsibility was placed on her. Now, Montgomery County, Texas, y'all love bragging about how y'all are not like Harris County, Texas. Well, we really need y'all to show it on this case. Hold Raven accountable to the max. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. What do you think should happen to Raven now that they found this woman after being on the run for months? Special thank you to our sister Ninese. I appreciate you, Ninese, for always watching and showing support for the channel. Shout out to Mike, Alton, and our sister Queen Smoke. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.